The president-elect was interviewed by Lester Holt and was asked multiple questions about who he is looking to put into his cabinet and who maybe isn't going to make it in. Both sides of this incredibly frustrating. First, here's a question about his previous statements about looking for Republicans to serve in his cabinet.
Have you considered, for the sake of national unity, selecting or nominating a Republican, someone who voted for President Trump?
Yes, and we still have a lot more appointments to make. I want this country to be united. The purpose of our administration is, once again, united. We can't keep this virulent political dialogue going. It has to end.
Should we expect an announcement?
No.
Not ever or not soon?
No, not soon.
Okay, so he is apparently still thinking about putting a Republican in. Now, in his mild defense, he didn't bring it up. Lester Holt asked him the question about that, but he said that he is considering it. And as much as I have an issue with the way Biden answered that, the framing of the question I also have a big issue with, because what Lester Holt said was, in the interest of national unity, would you consider putting a Republican in there? And my response to that would be, in what possible way does that bring our country together? Like, I know that we just accept that it does, that Republicans never had to put a single Democrat in there, never, ever, ever. But a Democrat has to for unity. Okay, so let's say he chooses some Republican. Let's say he puts John Kasich in there. Does that bring us together? Does that give him any, what, Republicans getting credit? Mitch McConnell is gonna be nice to him? Republican voters are gonna think he's cool and not a communist anymore, which they thought a week ago? Like, honestly, like it seems like a juvenile way to think about politics to assume that that would do literally anything to, look, if you say, hey, in the interest of papering over some of the most shallow political division we have, why don't you do that? But not, how do we actually get past the point where Mitch McConnell's stated goal is to stop you from doing literally anything over the next 4 years, which is the sort of partisan vitriol that I think is a little bit more important, perhaps.
Yeah, so it's a childlike approach. Again, I was gonna have a problem with the question because I want you to imagine this world. Donald Trump just got elected in 2016. He just beat Hillary Clinton. He just told his supporters to lock her up, says she's this, she's that. She was a pretty bad candidate, let's keep it real. After saying all that, and then we go, look at all the millions and millions of people that voted for Hillary Clinton. Look at all of these women that were looking to break the glass ceiling. Look at all this going on. Hey, President-elect Trump, are you gonna appoint some campaign folks from the Hillary Clinton campaign? Are you gonna appoint some Democrats? Are you gonna appoint some progressives to your cabinet to make sure you unite America? Because you know, Hillary called your supporters deplorables and they lost their minds over it. So do you wanna maybe bring everyone together? Bring the deplorables together with the nice guys. Do you want to do that, Donald? You know what he'd say? He'd give you a middle finger and slap you in your face and walk out. And you know what happened with his supporters? They would celebrate him. Now,
they would love it.
On the other end, you got Lester Holt that's willing to ask Biden, are you willing for the sake of unity? Again, I feel like I'm trying not to repeat everything you're saying because I had the exact same thought. In what world does that bring unity? I'm gonna go back to my questions I like to ask. So, again, if Biden had brought this up himself, how? First question, how does that create unity in this country? Who's gonna be unified behind it? What exactly are you gonna do with that person that hates you that's gonna make this a more unified country? What policies are you guys gonna agree on? Hey, Biden, are you running as a Republican? Did you run as a Republican or a Democrat? Is there no difference, President-elect Biden, between the two? Because you guys kept saying there's a difference. We had these debates where you said Donald Trump is garbage and he needs to shut up sometimes. And look what he's done to the country. But you're willing to put in someone from that voted that was with him?
Yep.
How does that work out for you? Doesn't that mean that now you're garbage and that you want to divide the country and that you're stupid and you should shut up sometimes? Because you're the same guy, apparently.
That's a good point, and I'm glad that you clarified that because it wasn't just some Republican, it was a Republican who just voted for Donald Trump. That was the question. That's madness. I mean, look, the theme of this show is not generally trying to bridge the gap, reaching across the aisle, all of that. But I'll give it a try. I have a suggestion. If someone watching this wants to see a Republican in the cabinet, how about a Republican win the popular vote nationally, like ever, like literally ever? How about you do that? You've done it once in basically my life. How about you do that? And then you can get a bunch of them, not just one Republican in the cabinet. You could have a full cabinet. Sometimes you get it anyway without having to ever actually get the people to support you. I would have a question, but this isn't for Republicans watching. This is for Lester Holt. How do we get Democrats in the cabinet? Because we don't get it when the Republicans win. You don't seem all that concerned about us getting it when the Democrat wins. So, let alone a progressive.
For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.